We're going to come into child's pose to start. I'm going to let someone else in. Okay, so we're going to come into child's pose. So you can bring the knees out wide if you want to open the heart and work into the shoulders, bringing them towards the spine. Or you can bring the knees together if you want to elongate the spine. It's entirely up to you. And we're just going to come into the breath. So just bringing yourself towards the mat, keeping the hands on the mat. And we're just going to come into the breath. So we're going to take a few side breaths for the first few. So as you breathe in through the nose, exhale and just sigh out. Just return to your normal breath, breathing all the way in, all the way out. Just going to let someone else in. And as you breathe in, just feel that breath traveling all the way in. So just notice the backs of the ribs as you inhale. Feel that space and that lift. And as you exhale, just see if you can surrender a little bit more towards the mat. And let's take that breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Just be mindful with the breath. Just noticing how the body's feeling. We've got a few latecomers. Let someone else in. And as you breathe in, let's take that breath all the way to the top. Hold it. And breathing all the way out. Let's do that again 2 more times. Breathing all the way in. Hold at the top for 3, 2, 1, and all the way out. One more time. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to walk the hands over towards the right of the mat. So we're stretching into that left side body. You can take hold of that left wrist and just take a little pull if you want to go deeper in that stretch. And you want to visualize that left buttock towards the feet. So just elongating the body here. Now you slowly inhale as we come back to center. Take a couple of breaths here, see how the body feels. And slowly walking over to the left side this time. Take hold of that right wrist if you want. We're going to breathe into that right side body. We're breathing all the way in and all the way out. And slowly coming back to center on the next inhale. And this time we're going to lift the bum up and we're going to bring ourselves into our puppy pose. So keep those hips nice and high. Bring the arms out wide if you want to. Or just bring the chest or the forehead to the mat. This is a nice juicy shoulder stretch. Just take it easy here. Don't go too deep if it hurts. When you're ready, slowly coming up. We're going to walk the feet towards the body. I'm going to come to sitting on our heels. So you can tuck the toes under if you want to have a nice stretch into the feet. And we're going to inhale as we bring the arms up, bring the gaze up. So keep it nice and long. Stay here. Activate those fingers towards the sky. And exhale to release. Lower the arms, lower the gaze. Let's go again. Nice and big, all the way up. And release. And let's take 2 more. Just take a few shoulder rolls. Feel free to untuck the toes at any time. Nice. What we're going to do is we're going to take that right hand and the left hand, sorry, just place it on the outside of the right shoulder. And just take a nice big sweep all the way up and around. Take it behind as far as it goes. And just take a couple of these. We're going to take it over to the other shoulder. Just take the right hand to the outside of the left shoulder and take a few nice big circles. Just working into that rotator cuff, the shoulder blades. Just take a few other movements. Just take a few circles of the neck as well, all the way around, both directions. And we're going to untuck the toes if you're not already there. And we're going to lift the bum up. So we just want the hips above the knees. I'm going to place the hands on the lower back and just come into a little back bend here. And again, just be mindful. Take care. You can let the head drop if that's available, depending on how far you're going. Slowly come up, tuck the chin and all that. We're going to bring the hands onto the hips. And we're going to step that right knee forward. Bring that right foot just in front of you. I'm going to tuck the back toes under. And as you inhale, just sweep up slightly into a low lunge. So you keep that back knee just a little bit above the mat. And we're just going to pulse it here, up and down for 3, 2, 1, and release. Bring that left knee back to the mat. We're going to take hold of the wrist, take hold of the right wrist, take a nice little stretch over to the left. So you should feel it in the right side body. And inhale, come back to center. Slowly bring the arms back to the waist. Take a few shoulder rolls. And we're going to drop that left hand on the inside of that right foot. We're going to take our side twist here. So set up, bring the right hand to the back of that left shoulder. Stabilize that shoulder blade. So this is all nice and strong. And start twisting over towards the right. You can lift the right arm up or bring the right hand to the back of the skull just to help you into that twist. So remember, you're opening the heart towards the right. You're lifting up from the upper hip. And you're stabilizing that left shoulder blade. Option to lift the back knee off. It's your choice. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale to release. Slowly coming back to the mat. We're going to frame that front foot. And we're going to take that right foot and shuffle it to the outside of the right hand. And we're going to come straight into our lizard pose. So you can lift that back knee. You can keep it dropped. Come onto forearms. Stay on the hands. Your choice. If you want to work into the hamstrings, you could try this. Just moving the body back towards that left heel. This is just creating more space. So the options are there. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. And as you inhale, bring yourself back onto the flat hands if you're not already there. And we're going to take that right foot back. And we're going to come all the way back up, bringing the hands onto the hips. And we're going to take the other side. So we're going to bring that left foot forward this time. Tuck the right toes under. We're going to inhale, we lift into our mini low lunge. So we're going to keep that right knee only slightly above the mat. And just pulse it here for 3, 2, 1, and release. Just take a moment. And we're going to slowly bring the arms up. And we're going to take hold of the left wrist this time. We'll just take a nice little twist, stretch, sorry, over to the right. Keep that breath. Let's inhale it back to center. And this time we're going to bring the right hand towards the mat. We're going to use the left hand to stabilize that right shoulder. So keep it nice and strong and gently inhale as we start twisting over to the left. Option to lift the arm or take the right hand behind the skull. Option to lift the back knees, your choice. So remember, nice open heart. Lifting that hip to help you come into that stretch and stabilizing that right shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Just take one more inhale. Exhale to release. We're going to slowly shuffle that left foot to the outside this time. And come into a lizard pose on this side. Take your variation. It's entirely up to you. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhaling all the way out. And slowly bringing yourself onto flat hands if you're not already there. And we're going to gently bring that left knee back as well. And this time, we're going to come into our tabletop position. So set yourself up, hands spread out nice and wide, wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. And let's take our cat-cow breaths. As you inhale, tilt the pelvis away from the belly, draw the belly towards the mat. We're going to retract the shoulders in towards the spine, gaze comes up. Exhale, reverse that motion, pelvis tucks in towards the belly. Feel that rounding of the shoulder blades. Take the gaze down. So just work through with your own breath. And feel free to add any little sideways movements, whatever you need. I find this pose really good for having a nice stretch when I've been a little bit slumped at my desk. And just take a couple with the fingertips. Just notice that different sensation. It might feel different in the shoulders. And this time we're going to take a couple more breaths and just bring yourself back to your neutral spine. And we're going to inhale as we take that left arm out. Just keep it nice and long, reach those fingers through. And we're going to take that left leg and just straighten it out, point the toes, and just bring yourself into a nice little side twist over to the left. So keep it nice and big. And you can take it into a little heart opener, that's up to you. And exhale to release. Bring the hand back and the knee back. And let's just move straight over to the right. So we're going to take the right arm out nice and long. And we're going to take that right leg out. Point the toes on the mat and just come over for a nice little side twist. And bring yourself back to your tabletop position. And we're going to come into our plank pose. So just bring yourself into your plank pose, lift those hips, press the hands into the mat. And we're going to take side planks. We're going to lift that left hand off the mat. I'm going to come into side plank. You can stay here, you can drop a leg, or you can bring that right leg out. So just press that foot away from the body. And as you exhale, we're going to slowly come to the mat. So just gently bring the bum to the mat. Take your time. We're going to straighten that left leg. Keep it nice and active. I'm going to press that right foot into that left thigh. Place the hands around the waist just to check that you're nicely grounded. And we're going to inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips over that left leg. So inhale to lengthen. Exhale, reach forward. So remember, feel that breath riding up the back. It's not about reaching that foot. It's not about the head getting there. Creating that length and opening that hamstring. And then slowly come up on the inhale. Keep it nice and safe. I'm going to sweep that right arm behind. Inhale as we open and lift. Open the heart. Just take it as far as you want. And exhale, bring it back to the mat. And we're going to slowly bring ourselves back into plank pose. And we're going to work the other side. But this time we're going to come into side plank into the left side. And you've got the option of bringing that left leg out, pressing that foot away. And as you exhale, gently bring yourself to the mat. I'm going to straighten that right leg this time. Flex that foot, keep that micro bend if you need to. I'm going to press that left foot into the right thigh. Place the hands around the hips and the waist just to check you're nicely grounded. And I'm going to turn to face over that right leg. And as you inhale, we're going to lift and lengthen. Exhale as you hinge forward from the hips. So remember to set yourself up here. You're going to do these poses with honesty and kindness to your body. You should feel a nice stretch here, nice length there. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale. And inhale to lift. Take your time. We're going to take that left arm behind us. Inhale, we shoot the right arm up. Lift the hips. Nice little heart opener. And gently coming back to the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly come back to our tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes under. Inhale as we lift the hips up, coming into our downward facing dog. So pedal the feet, bend the knees. Press the hands into the mat. And try and externally rotate the upper arms. We're bringing that space between the shoulder blades. So nice space. I'll tuck my t-shirt in a little bit. We're going to inhale as we lift the heels. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take 3 lion's breaths here. We're going to inhale that left arm up in the air. Exhale to release. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale to release. Let's take a nice big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze between the hands and slowly walk the feet towards the hands. Take your time. And we're going to come into our forward fold. So keep a little space and just shake it out. Nod the head, shake the head. Just swing it from side to side. Whatever you need. You can take hold of opposite elbows. You can take a nice little twist. Left and right. And you can have a little go at just checking the grounding of the feet. You can bring the hands to the mat and just bring yourself onto the heels, come forward onto the balls of the feet. You can come to the side, the outer edges. You can come to the inner edges. Just having a little play around. And then we're going to come to stillness and take your hands as always wherever they meet. The toes, the shins, the knees, the thighs. And as you inhale, we're going to lift and straighten the arms. Exhale to fold. And just release wherever you are. And slowly we're going to start coming all the way up. Take your time. We're going to bring the arms all the way up overhead. Come onto the tiptoes. Nice big stretch. And release. Let's just shake it all out. We're going to come into our mountain pose, Tadasana. So take your options and bring the feet apart, bring them together. It's entirely up to you. But lift the toes, spread them out as you place them back onto the mat. Shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to bring the arms to the side and just close down the eyes for a few moments. So we're going to slowly bring the hands to heart center. Gently open the eyes, we can keep them closed. As you inhale, just shoot that prayer up, take the gaze up. Coming into your Hastasana. Nice and tall. As you exhale, float the arms, swan dive forward towards the mat. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale as you step back into plank pose. Just set yourself up into plank, check your alignment here. If the hips are dipping, just engage that core, bring yourself back up. I'm going to hold plank just a little bit longer. We're just going to have a little bit of fun with the shoulders. So as you inhale, just lift up around the shoulders. Exhale, squeeze them together. Inhale to lift. Exhale to squeeze. A nice, delicate movement. Let's do a couple more. Come back to a neutral plank. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to lower down through chaturanga. So elbows in towards the body. Coming up, right, upward facing dog. Let's just stay here for a little bit longer. A nice deep inhale. As you exhale, come all the way back into your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale as you gaze between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale, we lift up halfway. So we're going to keep that length in the spine here with our elbows out. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through the Hastasana, nice and long. Exhale, come back into Tadasana. Let's take a few shoulder rolls here in both directions. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, let's fold forward from the hips, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale as we step back into plank pose. We're going to hold it here. I'm going to take the right leg out to the edge of the mat, bring it in. Left leg out, bring it in. Just take a few of these on each side. Check your alignment. Make sure you're doing these poses with kindness. You're doing them with honesty. So we're not thinking of the ego here. So just keep breathing with it. Let's keep here for 3, 2, 1. And come back to center. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale. Let's lower down through chaturanga. Inhale. Open the heart. Exhale. Downward facing dog. We're going to come into the forearms and lift. Forearms and lift. We're going to inhale that right leg in there. Flex the foot. Exhale, bend the right knee, right foot between the hands. And we're going to inhale to come up for our low lunge. You can drop that back knee, entirely up to you. Think of that length through the upper body, nice and strong. And we're going to bring the arms out into cactus arms. And as you exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. Come back through center. Exhale, twist over to the left. And let's come back to center. We're going to take the arms behind us, clasp the hands, shoot the fists towards the mat. Take the shoulder blades together, bring the gaze up. Just opening that heart. And exhale to release. We're just going to bring the hands to the waist for a moment. And as you exhale, bring the hands to frame that front foot. And we're going to lift that back foot off straight into our standing splits. Don't worry if you fall or wobble during any of this. Just take it as a bit of a fun, bit of a challenge. And just move that right hand slightly quicker in front. I'm going to lift that left arm, coming into our half moon pose. You can take the gaze up, or like me, you can keep it towards the mat. Remember to ground that right foot, keep it nice and strong. Then we're going to exhale as we release that left hand to the mat. You can have a little go at releasing the hands towards that right leg. It's entirely up to you. Just a little bit of fun balance. And when you're ready, you're going to press the hands into the mat. Bend that right knee as you slowly drop that left foot back to the mat. And we're going to inhale and shoot that right leg in the air. Three-legged dog. Option to stack hips. Option to wild thing. Probably a nice counter. And we're going to be back in three-legged dog. And exhale to release. Let's take 3 lines breaths here. Take one more inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hands. So we're going to inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. And just stay here for a little bit longer. And we're going to inhale to rise. Take the arms all the way up. Fingers nice and active. Exhale, come back into mountain pose. Let's take a few shoulder rolls. So just keep that sequence in mind. And we'll try and do it on the other side. So just take a few breaths here. I hope I remember it. And just set yourself up, check your feet, check your grounding, and nice and long. Gonna inhale to rise. Exhale, let's fold forward from the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, let's step back into our plank pose. Just holding it a little bit longer. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to bend those elbows in towards the body. Inhale, open up into upward facing dog. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, let's bring it up, downward facing dog. So just check your body here. Pressing the hands into the mat. As we're extending into those wrists. Nice space between the shoulders. So we don't want them punched into the ears. I'm going to inhale that left leg in the air this time. Flex that foot nice and big. Exhale, bend the knee, left foot between the hands. I'm going to come into our low lunge. Remember, you can drop that back knee at any point. Keep it nice and strong. Engage the core here. And come out into cactus arms. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, let's twist it over to the left. And come all the way back and twist it over to the right. I'm going to shut the blind because I've got a feeling the sun might be a little bit in my face. There we go. And we're just going to come back to center. And just stay in your low lunges for a little bit here. We're going to release the hands to the back. You can bring the opposite elbows this time. You can still take the hands and shoot the fist towards the mat. It's entirely up to you. Draw the shoulders towards each other. Open the chest. Take a nice inhale. Exhale to release. Take your time. Bring the hands to the waist just for a moment. And exhale, we're going to bring the hands to frame that front foot. And we're going to shoot that right leg all the way up, coming into our standing splits. And you can creep that left hand forward. Lift the right arm up. Bring into a half moon pose. Take the gaze up if it's available. I'm not there yet, and I'm cool with that. And gently release. And have a little play at releasing the hands one at a time. If you want to. When you're ready, frame that front foot. Gently bend the left knee. Drop the right foot. And we're going to shoot straight into our three-legged dog. Option to stack hips. Option to wild thing. And we're going to meet in three-legged dog. And gently release. And let's take 3 lion's breaths here. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. And just stay in this fold for a little bit longer. You can bring the feet a little bit wider. So we're just going to give ourselves an opportunity to rest the wrists and the hands. And we're going to inhale, we lift up halfway. We're going to exhale to fold. And slowly come up on the next inhale. Nice and tall. Shoot that fingers towards the sky. Exhale to release. Come back into your mountain pose. Let's take a few shoulder rolls here. In both directions. Nice. We're going to come into chair pose next. So you can bring the feet hip distance apart. You can keep them together. The idea of chair pose is to zip up through that core, through the midline, working into the quads, pressing the feet into the mat. And also trying to keep the knees in line if your body allows that. So we're keeping it nice and stable. So make your adjustments. We're going to inhale as we dip and sweep. You can come onto the balls of the feet. It's entirely up to you. Make it a little deeper. And one more inhale. Exhale to release. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale, as we step back into our plank pose. Just hold it here, so check your hips. Make sure you're nice and strong. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, let's lower it down through chaturanga. Be careful not to lump into the front of the shoulders here. Come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, gaze between the hands. We're going to step or walk feet to hands. We're going to inhale it up into chair pose again. Just keep it nice and strong. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through the starting. Exhale, come back into Tadasana. Take a few shoulder rolls. We're almost there. So just take a few breaths, take a sip of water. We're going to work through the standing sequence. So just to give you the heads up, we're going to run through lifting one of the knees into the chest. You've got the option of taking hold of the big toe, bringing it out to the side, back to the middle, or just taking the knee. We'll bring the hands to heart center. We're going to come into warrior three. We're going to come all the way back up, bringing the knee in to the chest. And then we're going to bring ourselves to hold onto the outside of the bent foot and come straight into your dancer pose. So let's give that a go. So just shake both feet out. And I'm going to start on the right, but you start on whichever side you want. So I'm going to bring that left foot pressing into the mat. I'm going to inhale as we bring the right knee into the chest. I'm going to take hold of the knee. I'm not going to do the big toe. I'm going to bring it out to the side. Bring it back to the middle. I'm going to bring the hands to heart center. I'm going to pivot forward. Warrior three. And release the hands wherever you want. I'm going to inhale as we come all the way back up. Bring that knee into the chest. Or have that straight leg. And we're going to bend that knee behind us. Take hold of the outside of that foot. Inhale as we lift and lengthen through the left. So set it up before you pivot forward. Press that foot, press, 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 lift, lift, lift. We're going to inhale to come all the way back. Bring that knee into the chest one more time. Shoot the fingers towards the sky. And exhale to release. And shake it out. That's quite strong. You can really feel that on the standing foot. So hopefully it's quite good for strengthening the legs. It's good for working the breath, being grounded. So let's move straight up to the other side. You can bring the hands onto the hips. Bring the other knee to the chest. Option to hold the big toe. Take it out to the side. Make it back and front. Hands to heart center as we pivot forward into warrior three. It might be different on this side. Doesn't matter. Slowly come all the way back up. Bend that knee into the chest. This time, take over the outside of the other foot. And now we lift and lengthen through the right. And pivot forward to dancer. Press that foot into the hand. It will help you lift. And slowly come up with the inhale. Release that foot, shoot the fingers up, bring that knee to the chest one more time. And exhale to release. And just shake it all out. Just going to check how we're doing for time. Yeah, we're doing good. We've got about 5 minutes to go. So just shake it all out. Nice. We're going to bring the feet mat distance apart. Bring the hands to heart center. And slowly start lowering into your yogi squat. I'm going to release that left hand to the mat. Bring that right arm up. Have a nice little twist over to the right. And exhale to release. Take it over to the left. And release. We're going to slowly bring the bum to the mat. Bring the legs out in front of us. Check you're grounded. Move the fleshy part away from the sit bones. Arms, hands by the side, fingers pointing towards the toes. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Coming into Dandasana. So feel that lengthening up body. Deep inhale. Exhale to release. And slowly bring the hands a little bit behind us. We'll point the toes forward and inhale as we lift the hips up. And then into our little bend back. So just take the crown of the head behind you. Deep inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin in and slowly come down. We're going to bring the feet in towards each other, coming into our butterfly pose. So you're going to want the feet together, opening out like the soles of the pages of a book even. Keep your safe gap. Take a nice inhale. Exhale as you hinge forward. Keep a nice neutral spine for now. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, just fold forward and let it all go. Slowly come up on the next inhale. We're going to draw the knees in towards each other. And we're going to make our way into our final Shavasana. You can run through a quick Navasana, like so. And gently coming all the way back to the mat. Have a nice big stretch. Squeeze everything before you release into your final Shavasana. We're going to be here for about a minute or so. I'm just going to start deepening the breath. Slowly start to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Gently rotating the ankles and the wrists. Bringing yourself back into the room. Just take a few nice big stretches, anything you need. We're going to just draw the knees in together. Give yourself a nice little hug. Just slowly roll over onto the side and use the hands to support you back up into your cross-legged position. Keep the eyes closed and the face soft. You'll bring the hands to heart central onto the knees. We're going to end today's practice with our 3 clearing breaths. I'm going to slowly bring the thumbs up to the third eye. And I just want to thank you all for a nice big class today. I want to thank you all for coming on this journey with me and trying to be a bit more creative with our sequencing. And I want to thank you all for showing up. The inner light in me will always honour the inner light in you. Thank you so much for today's practice. I wish you a great day and I hope to see you very soon. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, Shab.
Thanks a lot. We had loads of people. It was nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Really good. Thank you very much.
Take care, my lovelies. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.